Welcome to the Pro Rock House of Worship with Reverend John Jameson.
This is Reverend John Jameson from the Pro Rock House of Worship, and I'm bringing you the Pro Rock update. Now listen, there's a lot of bad things going on about the coronavirus and everything else, but there's some good things too. Like right now, the Pro Rock House of Worship has been able to spread its word even farther. We're using Zoom. The other day we had 45,000 parishioners on a Zoom webinar. Can you believe that? We were all there spreading the gospel, spreading the good word, playing that rock and roll, listening to the sermons. It was a great time. A lot of people got reached, a lot of confessions happening here. So, whenever there's something bad going on, you can always turn around, you can always make it look good. So I want you to make sure you're out there, you're practicing your safe sex. Practicing your social distancing and, keeping yourselves all well. And soon we'll be back together. Right now, we can only have 10 people in the church, but soon church will be full again. So let's keep Zooming and may the force be with you. Listen to the Bible. Listen to rock and roll. Anyway, happy Sunday.
You're watching NMC Worldwide News, and now your hosts, Amanda Nicholas and Jim Mendrinos.
This is NMC's Quarantine Comedy Report. I'm Amanda Nicholas, reporting from New York.
And I'm Jim Mendrinos, reporting from my bedroom. Our top story, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo.
Ooh, love me some Cuomo.
Yeah, damn killer. Governor Cuomo announced that the state will start to reopen with construction and other high-yield jobs set for Phase 1. Phase 2 will be services like hair and nail salons.
And arts, entertainment, and comedy clubs are in Phase 87, tentatively slated to open in July of 2027.
In entertainment news, Sony Pictures has announced plans for a film adaptation of the novel Lord of the Flies.
Yes, correction, Jim. That's just a documentary of the president's daily coronavirus press briefings. In medical news, coronatoes may be a sign that you have an undiagnosed case of COVID-19.
And twinkle toes may be a sign that you have happy feet.
It's time for some real medical news. So here's QCR's resident doctor, Dr. Evelyn Glade.
Hello, this is Evelyn Glade with your coronavirus news. Best news in town. First and foremost, I would like to address the reason that I am wet. I had to just take a shower because I had slipped on a placenta in the NICU. Now that we are past that, I would like to say that things are very serious. I've seen many cases, and things are not looking good. The distancing is social. There's not much doctors can do. All they're doing is handing out shots of Purell, and people are drinking it and gagging and then choking on their vomit, which is fine, of course, but we need to stop the spreading. That's the most important part. We try to give our patients a lot of milk to absorb the coronavirus. A lot of times it works, it doesn't sometimes, but we can just remain very hopeful that things will turn out okay. I would like to say hi to my granddaddy, who is dead from the coronavirus. He died, and I want to say hi. It's been difficult for all of us here, and like Granddaddy used to say, you slap some PB&J on that sucker and you get back to work. That's why they made me the #1 neuroscientist in the hospital for the coronavirus. I mostly just look at the most important data, and I sit in a closet and I'm analyzing all this data all the time, But folks, things are not looking good. I don't think you'll be out of quarantine anytime soon, unfortunately. Tell the people you love them, you hate them, be honest, okay? You don't want anyone to die, and you're a faker, you're a liar, so just be truthful. I mean, the other day I saw a man who had the virus, and I said, it could turn around, it could not. Either way, you're ugly. And then I proceeded to take his pain medication, and, you know, I replaced it with little rocks. I don't think he minded because he later passed. From my experience, I see a lot of death surrounding me, but other hospitals, they're doing good. My hospital's doing good, but it could be doing better. I would like to advise everyone to, you know, go do whatever you want. I mean, although I had to borrow these clothes from the Lost and Found, I found in my heart that what I wanted to do was I realized that what I wanted to do was go to a rave. So I found a bunch of my closest 57 friends, and we went to a rave, and we lived it up, and we had the best. So I just want to tell you, follow your heart. That's all I can say for now. As an expert on the matter, I can say that, you know, eat a lot of white bread, Wonder Bread specifically, a lot of gummy worms. They do wonders for the digestive system, the tract. Your sphincter will be cleaner than ever. Back to you. Bye, everybody.
So many Americans are suffering from onset mental health issues during this quarantine. For instance, Jim has a doll on his lap.
I'm here alone for weeks on end. I just need something to love. You understand?
Nuts, Jim. But to help our viewers with their mental health issues is our resident psychologist, Dr. Wil. Doctor? Stop it, Jim. Stop that now. Very upset.
Hi, I'm Dr. Wil. I'm a clinical psychologist, and I also play one on Instagram. Today I'm going to talk about coping with depression and anxiety in the COVID crisis. There are 3 types of things you can do to fight depression. First, do things that are fun and enjoyable. That's going to boost your mood. 2, do things you're good at. That's going to give you a sense of mastery, which will increase your confidence, which will help ward off depression. 3, do things that give you a sense of meaning or purpose. That will help you feel connected to something bigger than you, bigger than all of us. All right, how do you fight anxiety? First, learn how to calm your body through things like meditation or deep breathing. Tons of apps out there that are helpful with that. 2, you need to know that anxiety loves uncertainty, and the antidote to uncertainty is accurate information. When we don't have all the right information, our mind has a tendency to fill in the blank with catastrophic scenarios. Now you might say, well, I don't know what's true and what's false. Don't complicate it. The answer is very simple. Ask your doctor. And if you don't trust your doctor, find another doctor. Finally, every time you hear someone say, in these uncertain and unprecedented times, I want you to do a shot of Dr. Wil's patented immune system booster. You thought I was going to say tequila. All right. The fact is, Dr. Wil doesn't have any patented immune system booster or any merchandise for that matter. That's it for today. I'm Dr. Wil, and we'll see you on the other side.
Our economy has gone straight down the crapper.
And apparently there's also a shortage of toilet paper.
That's what you did there. Paper. I got it. Here with the musical economic report is our own Lara Starr Rigores.
Thanks, guys. During these trying financial times of COVID-19, the American economy has hit an all-time low. The American public is scared, anxious, frightened, wanting to know when they will get a check or if they will get a check, when they will go back to work or if they will go back to work. Our economy has hit the worst numbers since the Great Depression. So we have a song to express the feeling of the American public during the financial crisis of COVID-19. In times like these, economies are tanking so damn fast. It's such a mess, we're getting checks, it will never last. Well, can't you tell it's just as well? We've gone ahead. No 9 to 5, no daily grind. We are unemployed. Netflix all day, inside we stay, and we're so annoyed. Well, can't you tell it's just as well? We've gone ahead. Website crashing, I can't file, phones unmanned, no need to die. Website crashing, I can't file, phones unmanned, no need to die. Cars repossessed, I'm so depressed, I can't go outside. My money spent, can't pay the rent, man, I wanna hide. Well, can't you tell it's just as well? Can't you tell it's just as well? Can't you tell it's just as well? We've gone to hell. Now, back to you in the studio.
And contrary to popular opinion, there are other news stories out there.
Shut up!
Yeah. And fashion is a big part of the culture. So here to shine a spotlight on what to wear is our own Zammy Zamari.
Hi guys, I'm Zamari.
I'm Sammy.
And we're going to talk to you guys today about how this pandemic could influence fashion for years to come. So people are already saying that these masks could potentially become a wardrobe staple long beyond the pandemic.
However, it seems unlikely that Black people will be adopting the trend anytime in the near future.
I actually went out in my mask for the first time today, and I was just sitting on my stoop getting some fresh air, wearing my mask, when several neighbors who I recognize and have interacted with many times before came out of their homes and just started staring at me. Just staring and watching my every move.
Why?
Girl, I don't know. I mean, the last time I was stared at that hard, I was in college trying to win a Tower Records gift card in a wet t-shirt contest.
Did you win?
No, I didn't win. One of the judges said my nipples looked like chocolate chips and gave me a low score.
Racism even in a wet t-shirt contest?
Even in a pandemic. What I experienced today is why so many Black people are afraid to wear masks. We're already perceived as a threat. Now in the masks, people are treating us like we're Master Shredder. Like we're covered in razor blade armor and gonna drive the technodrome through their pizza party. Now, I'm not trying to make a case against masks, but I am saying that our fears are valid. And Black people's lives are in danger constantly, well beyond the pandemic, in ways that people who are not Black will never experience.
Yep, and people are so ready to appropriate Black culture and style, even chasing Black dick.
What? Now, wait a minute now. I can't really speak on that now, because I have dated my fair share of white men. So.
Really? Well, what's the dick like? I mean, is it like when you suck a candy up and its all stripes are gone and it's all white and pointy.
Girl, you stupid. No.
Oh, I have an idea. We get a bunch of white people, make them look black, send them all out jogging, and of course somebody will call the police and they'll come in guns
Hang on.
blazing.
I am getting a message from our producer, and he is saying that he would like us to move on to a new topic.
Why?
He's saying it's inappropriate.
Wait a minute. So, talking about...
Wait, Zammy? Hello? Wait, what
Hello?
happened?
Hello? Hello? What the hell is going on? Do your worst, you'll never silence me!
Whoa. It looks like they disabled Zammy's feed, so... Whoa. Hello?
Hello, I'm Chip Whiteman of the wealthy Connecticut Whitemans, and as a wealthy Whiteman, I can say whatever I want. And I would just like to say that I think it is very important to recognize that in America, speaking hypothetically about an innocent white person being killed is considered offensive, while innocent black people are actually being murdered every day. The people in power pretend there is nothing they can do. Well, there is something that can be done. The first step is recognizing that black people are not a threat and deserve safety as much as all of the white men's.
Well said, Chip. Thank you. And as a black woman, I would just like to add to that
COVID-19 is not just an American problem, it's an assault to the international community as well.
Like when you signed up for the international singles dating app.
Just need something to love. That's so hard to understand. Here with the international perspective is our world reporter, Genia Starcev.
Greetings from Europe, Jim and Amanda. As Europeans come out of a nearly 3-month lockdown, the demand for cheap laughter has been higher than ever. Fed up with meaningful European movies and literature, citizens of the old world turn their heads to the new outlet for buffoonery, American media. From the White House press conferences to conservatives' conspiracy theories, these channels provide entertainment that Europe hasn't seen since the bubonic plague wiped out all the traveling circuses. Among their favorite travesty themes in American media, Europeans highlight the denial of science, gun fetish, and misspellings on protester signs. However, the all-time favorite is a reality show alumnus, the President of the United States. His erratic solutions for COVID-19 cues are now considered statistically more unpredictable than soccer World Cup score, and resulted in black market industry thriving on taking bids on what drivel he'll gonna come up next. The most popular bids as of today are ketchup bats and drinking cat's urine. This is Genia Starcev reporting from Middelfart, Denmark.
Law enforcement has been instrumental in stopping panic on a local level.
Like the panic when your high school yearbook photo got released online.
I'm a late bloomer, Jim. Here with the police report is our own Officer Bob.
Thanks, Jim and Amanda. Officer Bob here of the NYPD. I have a really cool job today. I'm on patrol in Central Park, and I like that because I can socially distance myself from all the infected people. I'm here to enforce social distancing and to make sure that everybody's properly wearing their mask. I don't mean like this. I don't mean like this around your chin. This does absolutely squat. You know, I went to pick up a pizza last night, and I walk in to get my pizza, and everybody in the goddamn restaurant, including the people behind the counter making the pizza, making the pasta, they're all wearing their masks like this, or hanging from one ear or something. These assholes are breathing on my food while they're making it. Do they not understand the theory behind a mask? Okay, yeah, you don't want to inhale other people's germs, but also, You could be infected with the coronavirus right now. There's up to a 2-week period where you have the disease and you don't exhibit symptoms. You could be spreading it right now while you're making a goddamn pizza pie, breathing germs all over my food because you're wearing your mask like this, coughing and sneezing and answering the phone and wiping your nose with your hands. No gloves whatsoever. I don't know how often they wash their hands. Anyway, be sure to wear a mask and gloves and socially distance yourself at all times. I'm Officer Bob. Back to you, Jim and Amanda.
Overall well-being is something that can be done on a personal level. You need to work on yourselves every day, just like me. What?
Yeah, proceed.
We must all work on ourselves every day until we become the best we can be. Damn it, Amanda. Anyway, our health and wellness reporter, Alli Fowler.
Namaste, everyone. My name is Alli, and I will be your health and wellness guru on this COVID-19 pandemic journey that we are on together. Now, I'm coming to you today with a couple of tips and tricks to make your life a bit more comfortable, okay? Now, first things first, whenever you go to the store, you want to make sure that both the toilet paper and the paper towel aisles are completely empty when you leave the store, okay? Make sure that you hoard. That is key, okay? Another tip is always have disinfectant with you. I like to keep this in my oversized purse, along with wearing a face mask when I go outside, okay? As well as hand gloves, right? What other kind of glove is there? When I come home from grocery shopping and standing in very long lines, I tend to want a snack. A lot of people suggest having 7 almonds. I particularly enjoy this little guy, this toilet bowl cleaner. The flavor is lavender. You just pop one of these guys out, pop it into your mouth. It's very crunchy, very relaxing. Lavender has that effect on people. I also like to, if I'm parched, first sanitize my hands with hand sanitizer and then just take a little spray. It's got a very unique taste to it. Now, when I come home, I like to disinfect. I also like to make sure that I disinfect my aura. So you're going to want to take this white sage and white cedar aura mist and just kind of spritz, sprance, and spray it all over your aura. Okay, now that your aura has been disinfected, I tend to lean towards the various corners of my home. I like to go ahead and sage everything. Okay, so that the energy has been disinfected, the space is clear, and also if you are out of weed, you can just light this up and smoke it. It's got a very woodsy flavor to it, but the after effects are very calming. Now, the next thing I'd like to talk to you about is that self-care. What are you doing to take care of yourself? I love this wonderful spirulina microalgae kale spinach mask. I'll typically come home and I'll just go ahead and I'll put that all over my face and I'll let it just kind of like seep on in. Now, after I do that, I usually pour myself about, I don't know, three Boda boxes. I would advise every meal to have about 1 box with every meal on average. So that's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, mind you, this is, I would say, this will stay fresh for up to 30 days. Green is my favorite flavor. Now, every morning I wash and swish my teeth with a product that came highly recommended by Mr. Trump. I always make sure I have enough Mr. Clean multi-surface cleanser to swish after I brush my teeth. in the morning and at night. And now that you've all been set up for success to thrive during this pandemic, I want to suggest a light summer read, okay? This is one of my favorites. It's a real page turner. It is A People's History of the United States from 1492 to present. And it is just, the things in here, they don't tell you about that in middle school. I'll see you next week, and thank you for having me. Namaste.
Caring for children can be exceptionally difficult during this quarantine.
Oh yeah, like you love anything.
I love a lot of things, Jim. It's not you. Anywho, here's the parenting report with Diana Cherkas. Diana?
Hi. So, no green screen for me. We are just in parenting quarantine, surrounded by coloring and toys, and no, none of them get put away anymore because we're in quarantine. Okay, that is the parenting rule of quarantine. Lower the bar. Throw away any and all expectations that you once had about being a Pinterest mom or the kind of parent who carves their kids' lunches into flowers and characters and writes poems and shit. It's gone. Okay? We are back to infant level parenting. Now, for those of you who are parenting younger kids but are a little farther away from that, let me remind you what that looks like. The only goal is survival. Okay, if you made it to the end of the day and everybody is still alive and fed and dry, you win. You win parenting. Okay, everything beyond that should be a celebration. You actually cooked a meal instead of just microwaving something. You win. You taught your kids something, anything. It doesn't have to be school related. If it is, congratulations. If it's not, that's still good. Okay, my toddler has learned to sort laundry. I consider that a win. Okay, he knows the difference between socks and not socks, and he will carry them back and forth across the apartment one at a time, which is also exercise. I won that day. Really, any day that's laundry, and I've never ever in my life said that I won a laundry day. No day that I have to do laundry is winning, but now see, and that's a motorcycle, and normally I would stop taping and try again because I would have all the time in the world to get this right, or I would be mic'd. But none of that. None of that. This is what work looks like, right? I'm gonna get interrupted by sounds and nope, I was waiting. He's gonna wake up from nap while I'm trying to do this because that's right, rule of parenting. The minute that kid goes to sleep, you are doing something useful, right? Okay, my husband is 2 feet away from me trying to get through something on the computer and is silently cursing things and making gestures in the corner, but this is the only space we have, right? Shared space, shared everything, quarantine.
Our city is flush with young and vibrant people with a thriving nightlife culture.
How would you know? You're in bed by 10.
Yeah, well, not alone.
The doll doesn't count, Jim.
That's hurtful.
You sleep with that thing?
That's hurtful.
Well, that's
Here with our nightlife report is Carissa and Pignatelli. Hush, little baby, don't cry.
This is your nightlife reporter, coming to you live from my living room. It looks like you introverts have been onto something all along because even us extroverts, we get tired of people's BS. And I understand the frustration. I mean, my job is getting people out of the house. But unfortunately, it's not about that anymore. It's about safety. And safety is pretty damn sexy. So when you're inside tonight, make sure you've got your books, your booze, and your batteries. So everybody, stay safe, stay the fuck home, and practice the 3 Bs. And remember, just because you can't have a night out doesn't mean you can't have a good night in. Oh! Man, that's a supercharged battery.
Many Americans have a problem with the lack of sports on TV. In fact, some degenerate gamblers like Jim have taken to betting on games played in previous decades.
That only happened once.
How much did you lose?
900, but in all fairness, the game was played before I was born.
You had TV back then? Anyway, here is the sports report from our own Mike Langan.
What's going on? You're here with Sports Talk with Mike Langan. And as you can tell in the world right now, there's a lot of sports to talk about. Yeah, there's plenty of grass growing. Or turf. I think it's turf. I could really give a shit if any sports start again either. Like, I'm getting paid $2,000 a day to report about sports from this company, and I'm not talking about a goddamn thing. It's the easiest job. I'm ripping this company off. Like, right now, they think I'm touring stadiums to show you how empty it is, but I'm just in my car vaping. So the only thing I could find sports related was sneaking into a minor leagues baseball game, and it didn't go so well. Yeah, that dude sucked. He'll never make it. So during Mother's Day, I really miss sports the most, so I could just ignore my family and put something else on. But I decided to invent a new game because I miss like that adrenaline and like the anticipation of what's going to happen. So for this Mother's Day, I created a new sport. One last gift for Mother's Day.
Who's pregnant? You? Who's
No.
pregnant? Is she?
I am not pregnant.
There's nothing better than making your family miserable. What sucks is like they were kind of excited that they thought I was about to have a kid. Like, I guess they think I'm so much of a loser that they were like, finally, he's gonna get his life together. He's gonna start a family. And I'm like, no, I'm just gonna live in your basement, sneak upstairs in the middle of the night and eat all your food. I walk around the house like I'm a spy half the time. Like, I creep around the hallways so no one can hear me. Make sure I hit the microwave off before it hits 1. I feel like I defuse bombs. Here's the aftermath of that.
I'm Melissa doesn't say, no, that's not me.
I was also so excited.
There's twins, I don't know if you noticed.
No, I didn't know twins. I was so excited.
Don't be.
That's so me. I was so excited.
You can see in my family, all the girls were super excited and they wanted it to happen. I pranked my dad on Father's Day a few years ago. He was at work and I called him up like, Dad, there's some girl outside and she's saying she's pregnant and she knows it's mine. And I just let it linger for a little bit. I didn't say a goddamn thing and he's on the other line of the phone like, all right, this is what you gotta do. You can tell already. Dads, they don't want to hear that. They're not happy that that's going to happen. They're already telling me, like, this is what you got to do. I know the next thing was, you got to go to the doctor. Use some money that I have saved for you. My parents, on my mom and my sister, like, yeah, go ahead. So if you're seeking a thrill because you miss sports, make sure to just ruin your family's life. You'll feel the same way. It's like if your team wins or loses, it doesn't really matter, as long as they tried hard. Alright, that's Sports Talk with Mike. I'll see you next week.
QCR is happy to announce a brand new addition to the staff, and one that I personally have vetted, our resident new weather girl.
What happened to that husky old guy who used to do it?
They want us to spice it up, get one of those bombshell Latinas like Telemundo or Univision, a little interjection of sexy.
Fuck the patriarchy.
Yeah, it was actually Brittany's idea.
Oh, it came from a woman that I totally support it.
Mm-hmm. Way to fight the power. Here with the weather, Miss Lara Bolìvar.
Hola, hola, welcome to the weather report. It is going to be nice and sunny outside, but you can't go outside yet, sorry. So I will tell you about the weather in your home. We are going to start with a freeze morning by the kitchen because we kept opening the refrigerator all night. Later on, showers in the bathroom. The toilet side is at risk for heavy storm impact. Everything depending on what you ate. It can also become in a tornado. Moving into the afternoon in the living room, the temperature will be chilly, of course. In the meantime, severe winds by the Wi-Fi location preventing your phone getting good connection. Everything starts getting better at night because the temperature can turn very hot in the bedroom. Extreme heat for new relationships or just warm for silver wedding couples. Ciao, ciao. Until next time.
And finally, in these times, we all need a little hope. So we here at QCR reached out to the greatest symbol of hope in all the land.
Oh, Hugh Hefner?
Hugh Hefner's dead, Jim.
COVID got another icon.
He died in 2017.
That would have made him like the first victim of the pandemic.
Shut up, Jim. Okay. We reached out to Santa to make sure Christmas wouldn't be impacted this year.
Santa! Yeah, I love Santa. Santa brought me my doll.
I'm going to need you to speak to Dr. Wil after the broadcast. Okay. All right. And now a word from Santa!
Ho, 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 ho. Santa here from the North Pole. And I wanted to let you guys know not to worry. I'm self-quarantined up here, but I haven't been exposed. Couple of the elves, they dropped dead, but they had underlying conditions. They're small. You know, don't worry. The rest of the elves, they're all social distancing in the toy shop. I'm sure they're going to get the toys done in time, and I will be there in December. So don't you worry. Ho, ho, ho. See you in December.
Santa, I'm feeling sick.
What do you mean you feel sick? You elves are all dropping like flies.
Sorry, Santa.
I mean, what am I going to do? I think you guys got it from the reindeer. You know, what am I going to do? Do I have to go shoot all the reindeer now too? I mean, how am I going to deliver all these toys to all these kids I talked about? I told. You know, I mean, like, come on. I mean, guys, aren't you guys social distancing like we talked about? Aren't you guys staying apart? I can't even talk this over with Mrs. Claus. Mrs. Claus won't talk to me. She's in another room. She thinks I'm going to get infected. Oh. You know, I think I ought to call it right now and just go talk to Amazon and FedEx and see if I can get them to help me deliver. But you know what they're going to charge me? Oh, my God. They're the only ones making money right now. I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do.
This concludes our special edition of the Quarantine Comedy Review. I'm Amanda Nicholas. Any last thoughts, Jim?
Trump sucks.
And how?
I'm Jim Mendrinos. Stay safe, everybody. Goodbye.
Good night. It's just you and me now.
You're watching NMC Worldwide News.